So that's just the way it works. And, well, everything is the same here as it usually is. So I'll probably go to bed when I get my comments on the net and go back out on the other radio and listen on that. That's what I'll do. So I'm going to get up near 90 again today as it did yesterday. And maybe some storms this afternoon, tonight, tomorrow, I guess. Most of next week we're going to have storms from what I understand here. So anyway, that's the way it is here. K4LID Portable 4.
Thank you, Bob, Union 5HBB. I was in the room there, and yeah, I got to wake up in here a little bit, and appreciate those prayers. We went to pre-op day before yesterday, and they gave us a sheet and told us to be there at 5:30 this morning. And then they said that they'll be calling us back for, a certain time, and so then they called, and we have to be there by 6:30, so we're going to try to leave here by 5:30 or 5:45 to go. We're going to have to drive to Jackson, to the hospital there, so we're trying to wait for some time to wake her up and kind of get her ready to go. We got her bags packed. They had her scheduled for, well, it's going to be in the day surgery area where you go and usually go home the same day. So she got a message to her doctor wanting to know if she'd be able to stay one night. And I think they'd already said, they said that she'd stay one night, but only a 23-hour period that can't stay 24 hours. So for observation. So they're going to kind of keep her for observation for 23 hours. Might be shorter than that, because when I had my knee surgery, I stayed overnight, and I wasn't even in there a full 24 hours. I think I got breakfast. They kicked me out before lunch. I didn't get my lunch meal. So they do all that for insurance purposes. And they told her if she stayed more than one night, that they'd have to get pre-approved through the insurance to stay longer. So I guess they do this 23-hour deal, and if you have complications, they have reasons to keep you. So she was kind of relieved that she was going to be able to stay. Last time we had one of these surgeries in the same-day surgery areas, she had corpus tunnel. They did it. We went home, but this is going to be a little bit more complicated. So anyway, we're glad they're going to kind of keep her for observation there for a little bit. I guess they have to play the insurance game.
Yeah, it's kind of a tussle between the hospital and the insurance. You're right, and basically you find that the hospital, if you stay past a certain amount of time, all of a sudden you're into the next day, and so they bill for 2 days instead of one, and so yeah, that's the game they play. One's playing the game on one side, and the other's playing the game on the other side. And, it comes down to the money handlers and what they're doing. So, yep, you got that right. You got that right. All to do with the insurance. Yep. Okay, well, we just know the ad's going to come through this just fine, and we just we'll have her on the prayer list this morning, as we did yesterday morning, and just expecting wonderful things, and that the Lord will really bless in that. So you just tell her that you got a lot of arms of love around her from Annette here today, and seeking God's presence with her as she goes into this. So we just let her know. Okay, this is the Bible Fellowship Net, and there's Jim on board there from Xenia. So we'll let Jim come in here and say hi. What do you have for us?
I'll just say one more thing that I'm going to sign out here. But, yeah, okay, well, thank you there, and good morning to Jim. And, yeah, my family doctor years ago put me on a blood pressure medicine, and then I was on it for about a year or two. And the insurance came back and said they wasn't going to pay for that one, that they had to pick from another list. So we picked B. I was on it for B, and then they came back and said, we're not going to pay for B. You got to pick from the list. And guess what was on the list? The A medicine. So went back to A, and my doctor, he got upset. Well, I mean, he's not upset, but he just says that the insurance company's trying to tell me what to, how to prescribe it, medicines, and all. But, yeah, it's all a game. And NQ9B's on there. He was having some little audio problems earlier this morning, so maybe he's got them connected. So y'all carry on. I'm going to sign out of here and get on with my rat killing there. So blessings to one and all, the fat, short, and even the tall, as NR4W would say. And coming to you live from Studio 8. We got 69 degrees here this morning in Clinton, Mississippi. So have a good day. Blessings to all.
Blessings to you too. Okay, apparently it is working now. I tried it with a voice recorder. I didn't say 290, and now it seems that it is working with the remote. I don't know what happened before. I haven't done anything to this computer, and all of a sudden it started out, missing the speech. Okay, well, this is 290. Good morning to all.
Yeah, you're sounding chipper right in there. Glad you got it going. Y'all have a good day. Bye, neighbor.
Have a great day, Biscuit. Have a great day. And you take care of yourself and take care of your wifey. And we'll be seeing you soon again one of these days. Take care. This is NQ9B. I don't know who's in charge of today's meeting anyway. Good morning. It's Tom K4NID. NQ9B.
Hey, Ramon. Good morning. I'm glad you got your problem resolved. You got good audio. Sound great up here. Well, we're on the same system, the remote. I could get on my radio, but I don't want to hear that static. So I'll just stay here on the computer. So I haven't used my other computer out in the living room out here in a long, long time. And the reason I don't, because I don't have anything out there to conveniently get to read like I do back here. So that's what we've got here. I'll say good morning to where the eyes have it, up in beautiful Greene County, Ohio. KVIJ. Good morning, Jim.
K4LID, K8EIJ. Say good morning to all of you who are in here. Looks like we have 64 degrees, but it's kind of surprised. It looks like we've had some rain overnight. So not much. Okay, I put some flowers in my flower bed yesterday. And a couple pots, so rain is okay for that. And I think I will probably get the SWL because we'll be getting ready here pretty soon to back up the car and go up to Columbus to the convention, Gideon convention. And so I'm going to be listening, but I think I will just the SWL for this morning. Anyway, it's good to be here. And overnight it was sort of awake and asleep and awake and asleep. So is sleep real well. So back to you, Tom. K4LID, KDIJ.
I think Tom probably went in the other room, possibly the other computer, I don't know. Stepped away there, I guess. Well, Tim, I just remember those convention days, yep. And if you get to those conventions. But usually when there was a convention, I didn't get to the ones further away, but the close ones, of course, I was at those, and they always had me doing something. And it was, they were good, but it was a relief when the convention was over, because it was a lot of work. And I remember one year I was registrar, and boy, I'll tell you, that was a job. And didn't really appreciate it. That's too many people wanted to change too many things. You know, it'd be one thing if they just go with what they signed up for, but always there was, I want to add a breakfast, or I want to, or not have a breakfast, or I've got someone else I want to, you know, it was, everything was personalized for every individual, and that was really a challenge. And so I guess I was glad when that was over with. Oh well, memories. Memories of the Gideon days. KD2 AM, Portable Port.
Okay, I'm back. I had to take care of something that needed my immediate attention. Okay, Jim, I'm going to the state convention, and we had a local, and I guess they still do convention, and I was invited to participate. Gosh, that was back in 2007 or 2008. And I used to be in charge of the Kentucky Phone-Net Flower Fund when we had it. And what we did for a long time, even before I came along, they sent flowers. Well, the problem was the quality of flowers a lot of times were not good. So it was decided to people send money and we give it to the Gideons, which now that I look back on it, I think that was a better idea, because that's something that will last forever. And so I was invited to the dinner they had up here, and that's the other one that I was at. Of course, we don't have that anymore. That died quite a few years back. So unfortunately, there it is, K4LID Portable 4. I mean, the Gideons are still there, but the flower fund's gone. So that's how that went.
KN4DDD with a good morning greeting to you all from Virginia Beach, 67 degrees, and yeah, Bob, the cost of flexibility. When you've got flexibility, you got administrative problems, so I can appreciate that. Let's say good morning to Dr. Harold, who's connected to the remote. W3HVR. Good morning, Dr. Harold. KN4DDD. KN4DDD and the Bible Fellowship had a settling W3HVR Portable 4. Good morning to all. Good to be here. Not quite as warm outside, but rains are coming and cooler weather is coming, so they tell us. but we've had a few beautiful days. James is back in New York and about to embark on some weekend activities and then on some more big trips. Esther, it's the strangest thing. I almost did write a book on dementia. Suddenly has become very, very talkative. But the connections between what she talked about are certainly loose. It's totally disconnected. And it's amazing what she will say. You don't know what pockets of brain activity are still there and what are not. It almost reminds me of a piece of wood with pieces of it dropping out and others still functioning, but they're not connected. Anyway, we're still holding our own. But I don't know yet. I think we will not be able to make the get together. I'll send an email text to Scott. Back to net control if anyone's in charge or up in the air. W3 HBR, portable 4.
Dr. Harold, I just got to tell you, my heart goes out to you. And you have my prayers daily. I appreciate the updates, and I appreciate you telling us about her and how you guys are doing. Thank you very much, and you know that you have my prayers.
Thank you very much, and I do feel the prayers of the whole group. It's a wonderful support. Although I am curious, how is the other, goodness, I forget if it's Mark 1 or 2, doing W3 HVR portable 4.
Well, Mark 1, KSMB, went to the Cleveland Clinic, and they apparently were successful in changing out the content of his pump to his correct prescription, and he says he's feeling just so much better. But I think he was going to stay there for another day or so for observation. I'm not sure about that. But he's turned the corner on that recovery thanks to the correction of that mistake. But and it answered the prayer for sure. And Dr. Harold, I understand what you're talking about. That's the way my brother Dale, his utterances, you can't really call them conversation. They're just kind of disconnected thoughts, and it's really heartbreaking to know that someone that is so capable of that no longer is. But let's see, back up in the air, KN4DDD.
Well, good morning to everyone. KB4IUD here in beautiful Marietta, Georgia, where we're going to be having some rain for the next few days. Not a lot, but some. And looking forward to our time together this morning. Back up to net, KB4IUD.
Good morning.
Morning, Bruce. How's everything there in Lynchburg?
Good, Bob. Just woke up. Trying to get my legs straight below me. And I was on 80 meters, on 60 meters last night talking to some guys. And of all people, all of a sudden I heard someone broke in, and it was Tom. And so we moved to a different channel and talked there, and then when I think we moved to 80 meters, but so I worked Tom on 60 meters last night. Anyway, good morning to you. 82 IM, good signal here in Lynchburg today, W6SFG.
Okay, well, we've got Tom, so we got one of the Toms has already left us. That was the biscuit man. He's going to be taking Ann up to the hospital for her surgery. But we got the other Tom here on the bank of the Big Sandy with Bruce, KD2AM.
Morning, Tom.
Yeah, morning, Bruce.
After you signed down on 3850, I talked with Bill, which, WSAN, I think it is, up in Cary, Ohio. Talked with him a while. I know him, not that well, but he used to be active on the Kentucky Net, and there were some other guys who came. So, anyway, I put 3850 in memory in both of my radios. So, I'm moving some other things out that I don't use or care about anymore. So, it always changes, but I was surprised that you heard me on 60 because the internal tuner on the 480 will not tune it. And I think that's because I got a fan dipole for 75 and 40. So I don't know what my SWR was up there or anything, but apparently I had enough power to make the contact. So there it is, K4LIG portable wire.
Okay, Tom, well, there's no reason why the fan dipole shouldn't work on tune with your tuner, because something's a little crazy there. Unless, sometimes that is a new band, and often the radios do not have it as one of the bands. You have to manually tune there to get there. And maybe when you have to manually tune to something, it looks like general coverage on the radio and the tuner won't tune, but it's not because it can't tune. All of my radios tune fine on 60 meters, and in fact I use the either 80 meter off-center fed dipole, or I use the 80 meter loop, and they all work fine. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, we're going to wake up here, and then I'll get in here with you in a few minutes. W6SFG.
Well, it never has tuned, and the 480s, when they came out, 60 meters was already there. So nothing had to be modified. You didn't have to go in there and click a diode or whatever for the thing to totally open up. But I suspect if I had this radio on a 60-meter antenna that it would tune. These internal automatic tuners aren't really a whole lot now. Obviously, I can tune it on the big tuner, the big Dimtron in here. So that's not a problem. But the little one in the radio just won't do it. K4LIG.
Well, there's a very simple way to find out what's going on there, and that would be just put a 50-ohm dummy load on the radio and see if it'll tune 60 meters. It may just be that, like I said, it will not tune it because it's not programmed to tune there. And if you had a dummy load, that would tell you very quickly. If the dummy load doesn't tune, that's a 50-ohm load. So, anyway, yes, it would be interesting to find out what's going on there and why it doesn't tune. Okay, going back to waking up mode. W6SFG.
Well, I'm sure there's something in the manual about that, but I don't know where anything about it. I don't have the dummy load, so there you go.
Morning, Les. Morning, Scott.
Good morning, all K82IM and all the other brethren on board. This is KE4XC. Enjoying the conversation about tuning and antennas, 60 meters. I've never been on 60 meters. Let's think, that must be 10 megahertz. I do have that on my radio, but I don't know if I've even ever heard anything on 60 meters. Anyway, good morning to you, Scott, K3BAN, KE4XC.
Yeah, that's 5 megahertz less.
And Les, a W6SFG here. Yes, you ought to get on 60 meters. There are times that it's very active, but it's an unusual band because it's 5 megahertz. You can only operate sideband. You can only operate a PEP of less than 100 watts, and it's a channelized band. There are 5 channels, and to make it even more unique, there are Canadian stations that can operate on frequencies in between those channels that we can't operate, and also we share it with the military. So sometimes you'll hear military stations in there on that band. But I've worked everything on 60 meters from, let's see, the West Coast and Central America all the way up to Iceland, W6SFG.
And I believe it's not a harmonic of anything, so you have to specifically cut an antenna for it. Is that the case?
Well, not necessarily. I've operated all kinds of antennas on it. I built a unique antenna. It's pretty much a one-of-a-kind. It's like a bobtail or a Sturber curtain, and I've shared it with some people, and it works very, very well. And but I've used my loop on it. I've used an NFET antenna on it. I've used a loop antenna, and they all seem to work pretty well. W6SFG. Good morning to you, Gunny.
Yeah, I have a long wire. It's 129-foot wire and a 9-to-1, and that thing gets that all the way down to 6. I go to 160 to 6, so I got lucked out pretty good. I have the right heights and everything, so yeah, I'm very happy with my one antenna.
Oh, this is K3VAN. Good morning to you all, and great discussion on antennas. And we'll see, we've got about 58 degrees here in Hummelstown, PA, and supposed to go up to 75 today. Boy, yesterday was just like, it was summertime for sure. And it was 92 at one point in the afternoon on the thermometer, 92 degrees, and it was uncomfortable. But anyway, we were on the right side of the door during that heat. And but supposed to be nice today, 75, and so we'll probably get out and take a walk or something like that, and clear, and then I guess rainy this weekend. So good morning to all the brethren, and looking forward to our study today. I'll turn it down to, looks like Bert is on early in the morning for you. NM5BL, good morning, this is K3BAN.
Good morning, this is NM5BL, and just waking up, so I mumble and all that kind of stuff, and you'll understand to help. Anyway, it's only about 40 degrees here still, and it's like another breezy day and clear skies, and so I go outdoors and play pickleball today, so I'll do that this morning. And anyway, I've got a hood, and it's looked out all the few rules, and so it's protecting that control head of my deal.
Good to hear that voice out of Angel Fire, and I just hope that all is well with you, and that things are going well with Charlotte. I guess that's the name I remember. Is that right, Bert?
Yeah, that's right. That changed this afternoon. I guess she's going to make a trip up here, and good plans to do some hiking and stuff like that tomorrow. So and then church on Sunday, and then let's go back home. So anyway, it's
heading along. She's a great gal. Back to you, Bob.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, that's counting our blessings. Yeah, it's so good to hear you this morning, Bert. Any others to check in?
W6SF.
We ought to have some more of it. Brad, are you there to check in? 82 I have portable for.
Hey, Tom, SFG.
Yeah, Bruce Smith.
I've got the manual open for the TS480, and it does not show the 60-meter band as one of the amateur bands. Where you've got your band switch and you can switch through them. Of course, I haven't read through the whole thing yet, but there's a band for 160, for 80, for 40, but then it jumps to 30, then 20, then, let's see, 17, 17 meters, then it goes to 15, then it goes to 12, then it goes to 10, and I think it's got 6 meters too, but it does not show a band for the 5 megahertz band.
Well, I'm going to say you may have an older manual because when I got this thing new, Zach both of these, there's no band switch. You just punch the buttons in. And they both will go on 60, but they will not go out of the amateur band like in 4 megs and, up where the bar stuff is. So both of these will go to 60 meters. So either they came out with a later model or they forgot to put that in the radio. I don't know.
Okay, Tom, well, remember, I had one of these for quite some time, and I am pretty familiar with it, but I didn't remember, and yes, I know it's a push button. On your radio, did you get to the 60-meter band by pressing the band button, or did you have a memory in there for the 60-meter band?
No, I've got a memory, and I can get to it from, let me think about this. I think I have to enter it through the keypad. I don't think, I never use those buttons, to go from one band to the other. I just digitally enter it with the keypad.
Okay, yeah. Well, then that means it is not included in the amateur bands, and that's the reason why the tuner was not set up for 60 meters. Yes, all my radios here, I can punch in any frequency, but there are some frequencies, particularly in the 60-meter band, because of its sharing with the military, that it will not operate on certain frequencies. So if you punch in memories, that just means that unless you press the band button, it does not have 60 meters as one of the default amateur bands. W6SFG.
Okay, well, what you have to do, you have to go to the VFO mode and punch in the frequency you want and then put it in memory. Is how you got to do it. And it will just transmit on those 5 frequencies or very near those 5 frequencies. People are already.
Yeah, I know. We're saying the same thing then. If you have to go in the VFO mode, it means it does not have the 60-meter band as one of the default amateur bands. But it's good it operates there, and it was good to hear you. I'm looking on the chart right now of all of the bands, and it does not have the... well, let's see. I take that back. It does say that it's got a band here for 4.1 to 6.9. So that would be the one. Okay. And good morning, everyone. W6SFG.
Denise. 6SFG, W83KK. Good morning to you and Tom and everybody else on the net. Currently 73 degrees down here in Cold Breeze, Florida.
Yeah, good morning to you, Hank. Sounded really good up here. It's about 68 degrees. We had a high of 92 yesterday, I think. But have the same today and heavy storms later on, and then apparently a lot of storms next week with various fronts that are supposed to come through here. Cape Coral, I think.
We got Mike in here from Exeter. Good morning, Mike. Give us a greeting and then pass it out to Bill. KD2AM. Well, good morning to everybody. 47 here, and it looks like it's going to be sunny today. And I'll pass it on to Bill. This is KB1 WFK in New Hampshire.
WB9NYR, 61 degrees here in Warren, and I'm not sure how long it's going to last, but I'm enjoying it. Back to net, WB9NYR.
This is K3B, and I say good morning, everyone. Gotta get some assignments made, so let's see. Tom, can you read the scripture for us, LID?
Ernie, I can, but I do not know how to pronounce those women's names at all, so you guys will have to forgive me while I make up a pronunciation.
That's no problem there. Now let's see, Dr. Hall, can you amend her to right time?
Roger, I can do that. Over.
Okay, let's see, good morning to Tom, and let's see, Connie and Bob and Jim and Ramon and Dennis and Dr. Earl and Scott and Les and Mike and Hank and Bill. So good morning, everyone. I got people coming over for breakfast this morning. I'll have to get right with you as soon as the night's over. So I'll throw it up in the air if anyone have anything to say or anyone else to check in. Call KTV.
K3EB, KB4IUD. Good morning, Ernie, and to all the brothers on the net that I haven't spoken to earlier. I wonder if anyone has got a recent update on Brother Mark up in Ohio there. KB4IUD. Jim?
Well, I talked to the other Mark last evening, and I understand that Mark is at the Cleveland Clinic, that they have replaced the pump. They've taken care of the incorrect medication, and that he is feeling better, and I think he will be at the hospital for several days yet, and apparently they had to replace the thing that went in, that goes into the spinal column for the medication. So I think things are looking up. And Ernie, I will be SWL. I'm getting ready here to go to the Gideon Convention this weekend. KDIJ 404.
Okay there, Jim. Anyone have anything else before we get started? We have about a couple minutes coming in. Here is, maybe we can start a little bit early so they got to get out of here. This is the Bible Fellowship Net. This is non-denominational net, and all is welcome. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we have a signed portion of Scripture. Tuesday we have prayer and praise. Thursday we read the devotional guide. Saturday we have a topical subject to different revolutions. Some of you use the young gospel press devotion. So that is when we get started. It is non-denominational net, and all is welcome. So, Dr. Hunt, you'll open us in prayer, and then that's the time for scripture. W3HVR, K3EB.
K3EB in the Bible Fellowship Net, W3HVR Portable 4. Let's pray. Our Father in heaven, we come to you with praise and gratitude. Lord, thank you for your word, and thank you for this privilege and opportunity to study it, and thank you for the inspiration that Joseph in his life gives to us today. If we stay close to you and follow you as he did, resting on you for his strength and making the right decisions, we thank you that we have people like Joseph to model after. But thank you also for Jesus, our Savior, who lived among us and gave his life for us, and we can approach now. So we want to give you praise and adoration and ask your blessing on this time together as we turn to the book of Genesis. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. K4LID, W3HVR, Portable 4.
W3HVR, K4LID, beginning here at verse 37 to 49. So the advice was good in the eyes of Pharaoh and in the eyes of all his servants. And Pharaoh said to his servants, can we find such a one as this, a man in whom is the Spirit of God? Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, insomuch as God has shown you all this, there is no one as discerning and wise as you. You shall be over my house, and all my people shall be ruled according to you. A word only in regard to the throne will I be greater than you. And Pharaoh said to Joseph, see, I have set you over all the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh took his signet ring off his hand and put it on Joseph's hand, and he clothed him in garments of fine linen and put a gold chain around his neck. And he had him ride in the second chariot which he had, and they cried out before him, bow the knee. So he set him over all the land of Egypt. Pharaoh also said to Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without your consent no man may lift his hand or foot in all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh called Joseph's name Zephaniah. Well, I don't know this other name. And he gave him as a wife Asenath, the daughter of Photiphar, priest of On. So Joseph went out over all the land of Egypt. Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went throughout all the land of Egypt. Now in the 7 plentiful years, the ground brought forth abundantly. So he gathered up all the food of the 7 years which were in the land of Egypt.
The April was relatively dry. And I see I heard Mike in there, and I think I heard him call the DB. I don't remember him answering, and I'm still half asleep. I didn't sleep good last night. I woke up every 2 hours, and it goes fast there. Think back to the office, and I was eating up, looking on the radio, and I think about 4:45.
Generator out, they're making the hole bigger, and then they're going to do a fairly long test on it, and it should be about done with it. We may even be getting a call today, but yeah, I'll be glad to have it back. We're going to go down to Joe Knoll next Thursday, and so we need a day or two to get it cleaned up, and you know, I had it washed and waxed before they got a hold of it, so it won't be hard to clean it up, but still I got to clean it up and then load all my stuff back into it.
Oh, yeah, well, that's good you get in there Monday. Yeah, that takes a little time getting all your stuff back in there, for sure. But, yeah, I know my generator, I've tried to keep it in my truck bed with a cover on. It overheated, it just quit. It won't run unless it's getting cooled properly.
Well, Milton, I had a 4,500 watt in the camp back of the truck, and it's got a camper shell on it. It would do the same thing, but what I did to remedy that was I kind of had a little piece of plywood that was wedged in there between the tailgate and the wheel wells. That the generator slid up into, so I had me a plywood base there. You know, that will keep the generator from running around in the back of the truck as I travel. And so there was about a foot from between the generator and the left side of the bed of the truck. And so I got me some of that metal, 4-inch metal duct and 2 elbows, and I positioned that ductwork to where it comes up about an inch behind the generator, and just ducted that out right back out the back of the truck. And then I put a little wood frame on that, real light duty wood frame on that, and so it'd be a rigid thing. And so when I dropped that plywood in for the base of the generator, that little structure is right there, and it holds that pipe and it shoots at the exhaust right out the back. Never had another problem with it.
Oh, yeah, I believe you. Yeah, I just used to scoot ours back onto the tailgate and it run just fine, but yeah, it needed, it didn't like working with that exhaust, heating up things, but anyhow, yeah, oh, and that's apparently the problem with your camper.
And actually, mine would run fine as long as the camper shell and tailgate was down, you know. But it would get hot in there.
Oh, yeah, Jim, my amplifier, the one, my electric was had a voltage of 110, so I must have had a high resistance, and somewhere in that line they put a new line in for the 220, and now I've got 120 on each side. What a difference.
Yeah, you can hear it, big difference, but especially seeing it on the scope. When you were running at 220, you were pegging my scope. Now the scope's showing about 75%, so I would say actually half the signal strength, to be honest with you, considering that at 220 you've got it pegged, and And yeah, now you're running 65 to 75% amplitude from what I can see.
Yeah, well, I'm not. My exciter is only down 25. I'm only running 25 watts exciter power here, so that could be. I'm not putting out as much. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. WB4, nice to see you. Good morning, men. Good morning, old man. Good morning,
Larry.
Milton, Jim, and who else is in here? Anyway, good morning, everybody. It's 64 degrees here at my QTH. Morning, Larry. 58 here in Atwater.
58 here too. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning, man.
Good morning, Larry. How you feeling this morning?
I can't wake up. Hard to wake up. Might fall asleep now.
Well, that's three of us that didn't sleep where the hoot last night.
Yeah, I went to bed at 3:30.
I got up at 3:30. But went back to bed.
Yeah, I was out of bed to start with. I just couldn't go to sleep.
That's miserable. When you get in bed, you can't go to sleep. That's miserable.
Yeah, I finally dozed off and woke up just a few minutes later. It's like I'd had caffeine on board or something, you know, make you sleep real light. But I don't know what was going on. I came in the radio room, watched YouTube videos, dozed around, you know.
Well, there's a whole lot to watch on YouTube. I know that.
Huh? Well, they got my number.
Yeah, mine too. Welcome back, Milton. Oh, Milton. By getting out.
He started out real strong at 220 with that amp he got fixed. Then he dropped down. Now he's dropped down. That's not good. You there, Milton?
Oh, yeah. I'm here. You copy?
Oh, there you are.
I just said, welcome back, Milton. Oh, okay, Larry. I got a lot of static up there. Didn't quite copy yet. But, yeah, it's good to be back. And, yeah, I tell you, my bed feels good. I've been getting good sleep at night. Well, that's great. That means a whole lot. Because if I don't get it at night, I find I'm wind up sleeping during the day. And daylight is the time for being busy outside. Em, you doing okay?
Yeah, all this talk about not sleeping, though, I'm ready to go lay back down. Yeah, no, we're doing good. I got nothing going on special today, but yeah, no, I'm doing good.
That's good. Did Fred ever come in yesterday, Lynn?
No, Fred Jr. did.
Yeah, I heard Fred Jr. I didn't know if Fred did or not. Yeah, I had my radio on yesterday, but the static was so bad up here, I couldn't copy anybody. So we got it down here too, Milton.
I turned it on to give me a headache after 5 minutes, so shut it off. Somebody didn't hear from me yesterday.
I got y'all got such good, strong signals. I got tons of continuation in.
I got about 10 dB.
I'm still getting it.
It's overcoming. You guys are coming through. You copying me okay there, Larry? Yes, sir. I copy you. Not as strong as normal, but I copy okay. Yeah, I think the fan conditions might be down a little. I don't know. Well, Lynn, I know you're anxious to get your camera back.
Say again, Larry?
I know you're anxious to get your camper back.
Oh yeah, I'm really anxious to get it back because you know I got all the stuff that was in it pulled out, sat down in the middle of my shop.
The WB4FCU 630. WALCA.
And W4UZR. Would anybody else like to join us?
W4US.
There's Fred.
Good morning, Fred.
Morning, Fred.
KE4KTL.
Morning, Paul.
Morning, Paul.
Morning, Paul.
Morning, boys. Fred, what's going on?
Oh, not much to report here. Just getting going this morning, and glad it's Friday. I need a good Saturday and Sunday. And, good morning to everybody, and welcome home, Milton.
Well, thank you, Fred. Had a good time. I'm afraid you're going to be batching it over the weekend, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Just me and the boys, and the dog. He's a boy too, so we're going to have a good time. I think, like you said yesterday, we're getting a little rain Saturday and Sunday, so I got some mowing to do this evening, and then it's all fun from there. And good morning to you too, Paul.
Good morning, Fred. Yeah, it's supposed to be, it was 90 degrees here yesterday. It was nasty hot. And Brenda's coming home today. And so it's supposed to start raining here about 6 or 7 o'clock this evening and rain for about a week, I think. And I'm going to try to get some mowing done this morning up around the house. And that's about it from here. KE4KPL. Paul, I know you'll be glad to have Brenda back. And hey, you got to be real proud of your son getting a CFI. Now, is he going instruct in the airplane that they have? I hope not. I hope he's going to do a rented airplane. You know, let the customers rent the airplane and then just pay him. But he's just trying to build some time. Is what he's doing. Yeah.
How old is he, Paul?
21. I tell you and Fred Thor, y'all both got to be proud of your young'uns. You know, both y'all did such interesting things as your kids are growing up.
W4RCF. Good morning.
Hey, Fredo.
Morning, Fred.
Morning, Fred.
Morning, Fred.
Morning, Fred.
And good morning, everybody. We overslept again.
Well, you must have needed it.
Yeah, I woke up at 7:45 yesterday.
Yeah, we missed you yesterday morning.
Yeah.
Well, down in Texas, they got 24 inches of rain, 12 inches of rain. Oh, 24 inches of rain in 48 hours. 24 inches of rain is a lot of rain.
You got a lot of flooding going on then.
Oh, they're flooding everywhere.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet they're ready to wash away.
They're so flat down there.
Reckon they'll wash some of them Mexicans back across the border?
It give them more. It distributed good topsoil in there, and they just have plenty of stuff to farm with and pick and.
Well, you're trying to get us all in trouble with a question like that.
Seems logical, though, doesn't it?
If something still happens. It's funny, you drive through the desert southwest in the summer, when it's dry, obviously, and you see these big washes and where the roads have been repaired and whatnot, and you look at that and you go, man, you got to get an awful lot of water for that to fill up and for it to cut a groove like that. Yeah, this is the rain they get every now and then that I'm glad I don't live there.
Well, down in Texas, I got a lot of concrete out there, and the water has to go somewhere. I've been in Dallas with water over my tractor tires in a matter of, 15 minutes.
That's probably as much rain as they get in a year out there, isn't it?
Well, I see I-95 is closed, both north and south, up there north of New York City.
What's going on?
Had a big gasoline tanker truck have an accident, and it spilled and burnt. Looks like a probably 5,000 gallon tanker, and it burnt at a overpass, so it's got both lanes stopped up.
I see a lot of QSB on the signals this morning.
And the overpass collapsed.
Yeah, Larry, I think there was a huge solar storm yesterday.
Roger. Well, I know yesterday morning I had the radio on, and I couldn't hear anybody. It was so noisy.
That's what I heard. I looked up the solar conditions, and, where it says the band is 4, fair, or good, and every amateur band sent 4.
I'm looking on QRZ, and that's where it says 2-4 all the way down the line. Day and night.
Well, we're doing all right this morning for a bunch of poor folks, aren't we?
Yeah, pretty good.
QST will go out of business, won't it, because of not having MFJ's advertising?
That's right.
Don't make it lost either, is it?
Catalog's going to be a little slim, too, and
I was looking at the same thing. That's the new HRO magazine. I'm looking through and, well, man, 3/4 of this magazine is going to go away.
I got a radio outlet.
You still there, Milt? You dropped out here in the middle of your transmission.
Oh, how is it now?
Back there you are. Okay.
Gary Warren's on this morning?
No, sir.
Dad, how are you and Mom getting along now that you're waking up?
Well, pretty good. She's in there asleep on the couch. I'm in the bedroom on the bed. We went yesterday to her appointment. And the guy didn't do anything but... No.
I guess you guys got a report on Stan yesterday, didn't you?
Hey, what's the deal?
A guy by the name of Robert came on frequency here, and Robert lives, he said, within 8 or 10 miles of me. He knows both of them real well. He said Stan is, he's just not doing well at all, and he is, gave away his truck, you know, all of his equipment on that, and he's just not doing well. He sometimes listens, but he doesn't get on the air, so he's just not doing well.
Oh, my. What if it's the car I bought the amplifier from?
I believe it was a different call, Dad.
Okay.
He was a real nice guy. I wish he'd join us again sometime. I think it was KF4NQC, November, Quebec. Was it Charlie in NQC? Yeah, never quit camping is what he said, I think.
I just wanted to get his call. His name was Robert, though.
Yeah, I think it was KF4NQC.
Give me that again, Fred. KF4?
Kilo Fox 4, November, Quebec, Charlie.
It doesn't show up on QRZ.
Yeah, I got it coming up, Robert C. Moore in Virginia.
Yep, that's it.
That could be.
I hate to hear that about Stan. He's a nice fellow.
Anybody get the opportunity ever to meet him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was up at Allen's one year.
Yeah, I only ever got to talk to him a little bit on the radio here, obviously in the last couple of months.
Yeah, that's a super nice guy. He had a good sense of humor like Paul does, too.
You know, I see on the news where half of those protesters are out on these college campuses are outside agitators and not even students. They probably walk right into this country through Mexico. Thank you, Sir Biden.
Now that is a whole different story if they're not even students. That feels like just straight trespassing.
Yesterday morning, which would have been 4 o'clock in the morning their time. Did they get that? I haven't seen any news yesterday. Did they get that cleaned up? They cleared it out, but they expect them to come right back. They've retreated into buildings and, just taken over buildings and barricaded them up. It's crazy.
They went and cleaned out one building.
Yeah.
Police.
Yeah, if it wouldn't be for the outsiders, there would be no problem. Hey, Paul, you copy me okay?
Yeah, buddy.
I had a little trouble with my amp. It was kicking out because of low voltage. You ever hear that?
No, I've never had that issue.
Yeah, I guess it must, I had one leg. Well, the feeding leg was 110 volts. But I got my 220 run in now, so it seems to be doing all right.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know, you're probably 20 or 30 over. I didn't look at the meter, but I got no problem hearing you. But I've never had an issue with that before.
Well, Paul, Margie's going on a women's retreat with the church group today. She'll be going through Sunday. You got any words of wisdom for me?
Give me a minute.
He got me in trouble yesterday.
What'd he do?
I told my kids in front of my wife that joke Paul told me. He said, why, if let's see, what did he say? Why do they call it it was about a proctologist, and he said, why do they call the man? I can't remember how the joke went, but it was about a proctologist and an astronaut, why they call one the other. And I told the joke. My 11-year-old started busting out loud. My wife elbowed me. She said, Freddie, don't tell them that joke.
I said they send a man to the moon, or the guy works on our butt, they call him a proctologist, but we send a man to the moon, call him an astronaut.
That was it.
I figured asteroids would have been in there somewhere.
Asked me, he said, do you know how Spaceship Enterprise and all the paper alike? How's that? He said, they better circle Uranus looking for Klingons. That was very bad.
Man, that's about as much static as I believe I've ever heard.
Yeah, it is a bunch.
Yeah, same here. I've got the RF gain way down.
Oh, y'all are just bombing in here.
Dad, are you on the dipole this morning or the infest?
Infest.
Shoot, it sounds just good.
All right. Yeah, I came and put the windows in yesterday. They were through by about 1 o'clock, something like that. But I'd asked them if anybody needed a mattress. You know, we had a new mattress up there. I don't know if one of them said, I'd like to come get that after 6 o'clock. I said, well, you're welcome to it. Well, but he and his daughter showed up and took the mattress with them.
How about that? You got new windows? Did you get new windows on the house?
Yeah, on the front. I'll let them across the front.
Okay, very good. Up and upstairs and downstairs?
Well, we already had downstairs. These are the last ones that had not been done upstairs.
Wow. Okay, that's great. I probably help your efficiency this year. That's good.
Yeah, it should.
Fred, when they change them out, how long does it take them to change one?
About 30 minutes, I'd say.
Wow. Now, they take the old window out. What do they do to waterproof the new window?
It's caulked. It's caulked real good.
Yeah.
And they wrap the seal, with metal.
Yeah.
We lived over at the other place that we had aluminum windows in that house, and when we bought it, it was built in 1978. And I don't know, this has been 15 years ago, I guess. I had new Pella windows put in, and my youngest son, Josh, he says, "How much those windows cost?" And I said, "I think they were like $14,000 or something." And I told him $14,000, and he said, "Well, that's not bad." I said, "Not bad." I said, "Son, the first house me and your mother bought was $19,000, and I said, and it had windows in it."
Yeah, my first house cost $19,000. I remember the house I grew up in. My parents bought it, I want to say about 1958. They paid $9,000 for that house.
Seemed like all the money in the world.
People right now trying to buy a home at $350,000 for a starter home.
Yeah, my first house, of course, I built it. Everything, well, septic, everything was right around $13,000.
I've got a carpenter friend that's a trim carpenter, standalone, works by himself, trim carpenter. And he builds one house and sells it and builds another one, builds another. Well, this last one he's got is 7,000 square feet, and it's up for sale, and actually he's got a buyer on it for $1.8 million.
Hey, Francis.
We were coming home from the closing when we bought that first house. We were driving up the road, and our house payment was $107 a month. And I had about $2 in my pocket, I think, and I looked over at Brenda and I said, there ain't no way in the world I can make a $107 house payment.
WB4FCU, Eddie.
W4CF.
KE4KPL.
K4KPL. And W4EZR.
Well, goes Daddy. And we told him what we were paying for this house. He said, "Go ahead and get it. You'll never live to pay for it anyway."
Proved him wrong, didn't
he? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid this whole system of wealth in the U.S. is falling apart. I mean, I don't know how first-time home buyers right now are supposed to do anything. At least where I live, it's just gone, over a 4-year period for home prices to, more than double, 2.5 times, 3 times in some cases. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know how they're supposed to get started.
And, they claim that they're making progress on inflation. Well, the numbers may be going down, but the prices are sure not going down at all. They went up, and they stayed up.
Look at groceries. They sure hasn't gone down.
No.
Look at fast food. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Golden Corral last night and ate supper there and paid $30 to walk through the buffet at Golden Corral. That's about the cheapest place around.
We used to have one years ago, and it left and never came back.
We got one here that closed down in COVID and went out of business, and then they started back up about a year ago.
So they just remodeled ours. Actually, they tore it down is what they did. They used a slab. Go back in and it looks just like the old one, but I guess they really redid the kitchen and all.
one by my house has been boarded up for 5 or 6 years, and I cannot imagine what must be living inside that building by now with all the food that was on the floor in that place.
Yeah. You can get in the trough with both feet at Golden Corral, boy.
You sure can.
What was that, Paul? I said you can get in the trough with both feet at Golden Corral.
Oh. Hey, Paul.
Morning, Paul.
Hey, morning, Paul.
That's nice. I got 64.7 here.
Yeah, we're 64 here as well, Paul, going to 87 today.
Hey, Paul, I can't hear you very well, but maybe somebody can relay for me. How did your fitting go for your prosthetic leg?
You copy that, Paul?
No.
He said it got canceled and he's got to reschedule for next week.
Well, that's disappointing. Okay.
Well, I hope they get you fixed up, Pennsylvania, Paul. I know it takes some time to get adjusted to those things, but that ought to, I imagine that would be a good help to your quality of life, wouldn't it?
I'm watching a guy take a tree down. It's real tall, must be at least 100, maybe more. Tall, fine tree. And he's an expert at it, boy. He climbed up there and put him a diagonal line from the top of that tree back down to his mulching machine. And he takes a little short choker, a cloth choker, and a carabiner, and wraps it around a limb and hooks it into that sloping line, and it just slides right down to the back of the mulching machine. That's pretty doggone clever. He don't have to haul the stuff out the backyard, and it works great.
Well, you know his ground crew appreciates that.
Yeah, that's a pretty ingenious thing.
He probably came up with that idea one morning when his ground crew left him hanging.
Yeah, 'cause it's him in the tree. I mean, they can pile up on the bottom of the rope, you know.
I think I've told you all about that piece of equipment my buddy recently bought. It's called a Magni, M-A-G-N-I, and it's a telehandler with an articulating claw and saw up, and he can reach up. He can go up to 127 feet and grab the whole top of a tree out and pinch it, saw it in half, lift it up, and flip it over and place it right down in front of his chipper like that. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
That is.
$500,000 price tag with all the attachments, but he doesn't have to climb trees anymore. And when you're coming up on 50, that's he just added another 20, 25, 30 years of workability on his life.
Yeah, they said a lot of our stuff, Fred. Named Russ. He was standing in the road the other day, just trying to stop traffic so his wife could get the truck out. Somebody ran over and killed him.
Oh, no. You got to be kidding.
Oh. I really liked that couple, too. They were very nice.
you know, I worked for my friend Rob for just a little while, a couple years back, and he said that the very first day he gave me a big lecture about being near the road. He said, you got to get out of the road. Don't assume anybody's slowing down. Don't step in the road without looking. They will kill you flat. And I guess that's the truth.
Yeah. Well, my friend worked for, he was a landscaper, and when his business was slow, he was on a record truck for a local guy. And he was out on the interstate working a wreck, and he pulled up beside the wreck off the road and was standing at the back of the wrecker, and this drunk lady come along and went around the wreck off the side of the road at full speed and ran into the back of him and cut him in half.
Oh, no.
And his record truck and him was off the side of the road.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen or heard about that kind of an accident. And a few friends of mine were police officers in highway patrol, and you pull them over to get the lights on. People driving down the road, they see those lights, and they're attracted to it. There's a pilot, you know, where you look, if you're staring at where you don't want to go, that's where you're going to end up, and that's what happens to them. What do they call it? Point fixation, or there's a term for it. I forget what they call it.
Yeah, I've heard that. I think that's it, Jim. Point fixation. Yep.
You know, I know that you know, like if it's foggy, you don't want to pull off the road and leave your lights on. Also.
Yeah, because people will be drawn to them, right?
Yeah.
W8LCA, top of the hour.
W4CS.
K4KPF.
W4US.
KX4 Triple P.
And W4EZR, Stan, Gary 1, Gary 2, we miss you guys.
I think they've got rain forecast for us every day for the next week. Oh, they had rain scheduled for us, but they're saying no rain today, maybe tomorrow.
You're 40 over that time, Milton.
Yeah, band's going up and down.
Well, I hate to cut it short, but Amanda's out of town. I gotta get the crew going here and get over to High Point today. So everybody have a wonderful day. I'll have the radio on here. We'll be listening, but I sure enjoyed it, and hope to catch you over the weekend. 73 W4US.
Okay, Fred. Good morning.
Have a good one, Fred.
Morning, Fred. Hit them up, move them out.
Take care, Fred. Good to hear you. When'd you get back, Milton? This is what, Friday? I don't know when. Wednesday late afternoon. Did you have a good trip? Oh, I had a wonderful trip, yep. We did a lot of walking. Did one section through the woods. It took us an hour to go 1 mile, thanks to me. It drizzled. Didn't have any heavy rain. We thought they were going to have a thunderstorm, but it bypassed us. So it was nice and warm. Hey, the birdies were chirping and the raccoons are running around. So had a good time.
Two weeks from today starts the Dayton Ham Fest.
Yeah, I know. My wife said she'll take me, but I just, I don't think I could put up with it.
I'll come on over. I'll buy you a corn dog.
Oh, what happened to the hot dog?
Well, now you're getting into big money.
corn dog's better for you anyway.
Well, corn dog, and has it all that coating on top of the hot dog?
Yeah, they take a wiener and roll it in some kind of batter and then put a stick in it and deep fry it. And then you smear mustard on it and eat it.
Yeah, gotta have that mustard. Stay away from ketchup on a hot dog.
Larry, have you worked on your antenna anymore?
No, I did find a dial that I got to get some clips or things to tie it down with. So I don't have, no, I've not really done much else with it. Larry, we don't want to hear next year this time. You're still working on it. I don't know, Fred. I mean, Milton, I don't know. We'll have to see. The more I look at it, I don't know. I just don't know about that thing.
Oh, you can do it. It's like Johnny Cash got his Cadillac, one piece at a time.
Yeah.
That's a funny song.
I don't know. This presents look mighty brittle to me. I guess we'll try it, though. We'll see how it works out. Milton, you could come on down here and help me out. Yeah, I could give you a lot. I'd make good supervisor. That'd be okay. I'm going to need that anyway.
Moral support, Milt.
There you go. I hear those hex beams are selling around $800-900 now. Yeah, that and more.
You gonna put yours up, Olin?
Olin?
Where'd you go, Olin?
And Margie just came in and wanted to know what I wanted for breakfast.
You gonna put your hex beam up, Olin?
I am.
There you go, Larry.
Yeah, I think I'll go up there to Olin's and watch him put his up, and then maybe I get some better ideas.
I work so slow, Larry.
That space will be slow with me, too. Larry, you are going to put that thing together on the ground, aren't you? Roger?
Yeah, what I've seen is they take a little short piece of mast and put it together right on the ground.
Yeah, I got some of that.
Larry, I don't think it'll go together but one way.
I don't know, Olin. I might find many ways. Pull some with.
It might be a double or triple X beam or something when you get done with it.
Right.
Hey, you might invent something new. You never know.
That's right. Might be twisted, polarized. Gary, you around this morning?
I got a great grandbaby had to have surgery yesterday, and 4-hour surgery. I just got a message from my daughter that the baby's Only 10,000, so they had to take the baby to ICU, pediatric ICU, having problems breathing.
I hope that comes out all right.
Well, I do too.
Yeah, I certainly do. I think he was a little bit too small to be having that kind of surgery he had to have.
What'd they do to him, Larry?
Well, he's born with a cleft lip, and so they're going in there trying to do that, and they got to build the upper palate and all that. It's just a whole lot of complicated stuff, and it's going to require more than one surgery. And anyway, I just don't know. It doesn't sound good. I think it's all because of the mother having taken some kind of medication while she was pregnant. When she told the doctor what she had done, he said, well, that's a very possibility it's going to happen, and it did happen.
Well, that's a shame, isn't it?
It is.
After K4KCM.
WB4FCU, and fellas, I'm going to jump out of here, and I got some things to do this morning, so you guys have a good day, good weekend, and hopefully we'll be able to catch you maybe tomorrow. Band conditions will be a little bit better, too, so everybody have a good day. WB4FCU.
KX4 Triple T, I'm going to follow you right out the door. I got to get to it this morning, boys. Y'all have a good day. Hopefully catch up with you tomorrow.
Good to see you, Larry, and Jim. You guys have a good day.
Larry and Jim, have a good day. Take care.
That'd be a 4.
Yeah.
Brenda sent me a text at 6 o'clock, said that they were locking up and hitting the road, so she'll be in here this afternoon sometime. All right. I don't think there's any rain forecast for this area, so I believe that they'll have a nice, uneventful weather trip home. Yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, you better go out and buy some flowers and a box of candy.
Yeah, what I better do is get behind in there and sweep that house. You know, I've been working on that go box, and there was a lot of aluminum drilling, and I had to cut some aluminum with my chop saw, and a lot of drilling. And I had those little aluminum shavings, you know, everywhere. And then I milled that aluminum, milled holes in it, and engraved on it and stuff, and with the CNC, and I had wound up with the shop full of those little shavings, and I take my shoes off when I come in the house. But other people have walked through and come in, and I had, I'm sure, walked in some of those shavings on my shoes. And the house had a few on the hardwood floors, and we was finding them. So I about got done with my drilling and all, and I just took time to clean my shop up good. I vacuumed out all my equipment and started sweeping. And I swept the whole entire 1,500 square foot of shop. And then I went up the stairs, swept them, and then I cleaned the 1,500 square foot of floors in the first floor of the house. And got rid of, I think, 99% of them doggone shavings that was everywhere.
Yeah, they stick to everything, don't they?
Oh my goodness.
I used to do a lot of metal lathe work and stuff. I built model gasoline engines, you know, miniature ones. And you want to get a woman mad at you, you let her step on a chip off the lathe. I'm talking about steel. You let her step on one of them and see what happens.
And a sock foot. Oh yeah. And they stick to socks too. I mean.
Paul, have you done any more work to your hit-miss engine?
No, I haven't. I need to get it outside and pressure wash it and clean it up real good and then start painting on it, I guess.
You got that on your to-do list?
Yeah, but it's way down there now.
Is it running?
I got it running. I don't know if I told you that or not.
Yeah, I heard you did something to magnetize your magneto there, and you got it running.
Yeah, I had to juice up that, whatever you call it, that magnet, and then the points, the little pad on the points where they break, you know, that rubs on the cam, it would bore down to where it wasn't breaking the points. And you can't get points for it, by the way. So I took a little piece of nylon, cut me a little piece of nylon, and epoxied it on the points so that they would break, and then cleaned up the carburetor real good. It's not really a carburetor; it's just kind of a fuel atomizer. It doesn't have a bowl or a float or any of that kind of stuff on it. And got that, and it took right off and runs pretty good.
That's good to hear.
This thing's made, it's got these cutoff valves on it, and you fill this compartment full of gasoline and start it, and then you close a valve, and then you open another valve to where it's made to run. It actually runs off kerosene.
You crank it on gas?
Yeah, I started on gasoline, then switch it over to kerosene.
Always found the starting fluid would do the miracle. They always said it was a good way to break the crankshaft. That's a good way to ruin your, crack your ring, your top ring also. Yeah.
Yeah, ether's a real violent, it's a violent explosion. I've heard a lot of people starting diesel engines with WD-40.
Well, WD-40 changed the structure of it here, I don't know, like 20 years ago, but you can get some of that old stuff. It's pretty good. I used to start my RC engines on WD-40 in the winter.
I've never started RC with them, but I sure have started many of diesel engines with anything that'll spray. I've also started them with a rag and gasoline. Just like ether, you have to be careful they'll run away.
What I started a bulldozer up there in New York with every morning, I would drain off water off that tank, and it would be over a quart of water in that tank every morning.
Have a sump on the low side of it like an airplane thing?
Yeah. And it wasn't heat train, it was a HV92, and it created a lot of heat because of the circulation, and you had to drain the tanks about every day or every fill up. Yeah, well, then I was on the ocean.
I wonder if you didn't have some contaminated fuel coming in there, too.
Oh, it's certainly possible.
going to sell a little car one time and we'll take it to a consignment shop, and I polished it up and cleaned it up and polished it up, and got it looking really good. Wasn't a thing wrong with it. And driving it to the consignment shop, it was just virtually out of fuel, and I said, I'm going to just put 3 or 4 gallons in it. So I stopped, put 5 gallons in it, and pulled off and didn't get 100 yards. That thing was full of water. And,
Lord.
I changed filters and changed filters, and it was just a mess. I like the thing. I couldn't even get it on to the consignment seller for me.
You know the best thing to do there, Owen, when you run into that?
What's that?
Go to the drugstore and buy a quart of rubbing alcohol and stick in it.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll absorb the water. They used to sell that in some stuff called dry gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arlo made it.
That's really all it was alcohol.
Yeah, I used to always carry 1 or 2 bottles in my truck.
Seemed like the static played up a little bit.
I got so much attenuation now I can't even hear it.
Yeah, we've got the RF cranked up too high. Eliminated most of it.
Hey, Gary, you copy N3RBA?
I was having trouble hearing Larry. I couldn't hardly hear him this morning. K4 KPO 20 past.
W4CF, and yeah, I hear you, Paul.
W8LCA. I'm now hearing you, Paul. Good morning.
And W4EZR. Thank you, Paul.
So, look for me. I'll be QRP with the QRP rig from Virginia this weekend.
He said he's going to be QRP with the QRP rig this weekend. I believe that's what he said. N58 said, morning all.
Hey, Mark.
Morning, Mark.
Morning, Mark.
Good morning, everybody. Hope y'all doing well.
Hey, Mark, will you stand across the room and talk? You're so loud you hurt my ears.
Okay. How's that?
I don't know. His 100 watts are kind of weak up here in Ohio.
Oh, it's sounding good down here. I think he's hooked up to my antenna.
Oh, that could be a good, well, that would be a great deal for me. Well, looks like we got a lot of water coming, so I probably won't be on Monday either. Like 70% Saturday, 60 on Monday, 60 on Sunday. Man.
Hey, you'll be able to take a bath every day then, won't you?
Yeah, I'll be able to go outside with my bar of soap and just go to town.
It's going to start raining here this evening, Mark.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to get this one. It's pretty packed.
They're forecasting rain here about every day for the next week, I think.
Yeah, we're in the same boat, man. I mean, it's like through Wednesday at least. Van seems to be in decent shape.
Yeah.
Been real noisy. It just started to settle down. You came in.
I scared the noise off. Dadgummit.
Oh, you're sounding good now, Mark, whatever you did.
Nothing. It's the van opening up. Yeah, I think Olin and Fred are about 30 over on me. Milton, you're up there about 20, so everybody's coming in really, really good.
Laura has a township cleanup day today, so she took her raincoat with her, but I don't think she'll need it.
We're not supposed to get any rain today. They said a pop-up shower could happen, but they're not expecting it till late this evening and into the morning. Y'all do that 100-mile garage sale, Olin?
No.
Yeah, they got that going on this weekend. You talk about going to be a rainy mess. My goodness.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain here about 60%.
I forget where it starts at, but I think it goes off. It might just go to the North Carolina border, but it's 100 miles of garage sale. Man, last year, it was a nightmare, man. There were so many cars on the road at 6:37 in the morning. It was crazy. Yeah, they closed off one lane. No, I mean, at least both lanes of 29 were wide open, and when I come back through town about 10:30, 11 o'clock, man, they had people lined up down the sides of this road. People do 65 miles an hour down this road, and they're sitting there parking on the shoulders, and it was pretty freaked out. I told my wife, if you go to Maryland again in May, make sure you go after or before this happens, because I surely don't want to be driving in it. It was pretty bad.
Well, you know, I'll have to say that I don't mind going to garage sales. I don't go to many at all. I mean, it's been a couple of years since I've been to one, but I love to look around.
I used to like it, too. It's been a long time since I've been. Might get lucky and find something you really don't need and want.
Yeah, I need to have one.
Paul, you don't go garage selling in Kentucky?
They have what they call here a US 23 garage sale, and it's usually around Memorial Day. In fact, it may be on Memorial Weekend, but they do the same thing you're talking about. It's about 100 miles of nothing but yard sales.
It would be fun to go do them, but it's a nightmare also because there's an awful lot of traffic. Parking is usually the most dangerous thing. I mean, like I said, there are people that are literally a foot on the side, off the highway on the side of the road, off of Highway 29, and it's just, that's dangerous. I can't believe they let them do that, but they do.
I can't believe somebody don't get run over.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
They have some big fat woman swing a door out into traffic.
Yeah, it wouldn't take much to cause a major accident. You know, I just put about $45, almost $50 worth of gas in the truck at $3.23 a gallon. Of course, mine was a little higher than mid-grade, but that's...
What road up here? You know what I'm talking about?
And you cut your shoulder and face off one of them things if you wasn't careful, but...
How about when you get in the barbecue and you pull one of them things and goes to working it on that strap and then starts on your neck?
Yeah, and back of your neck and all, yeah.
That's scary.
That lady that cut my hair for years, she cut it with a straight razor, but it had a guard just slid over it. And then when she got done, she just pulled that guard off and shave your neck with that straight razor. That's all it was straight razor.
Well, I got one of them wall electric shears, whatever the hell, clippers, wall clippers, and that's what I use about every 2 weeks. That's all I can do.
Well, you know, used to, you'd take a hot rag and put it over your face, and you might sit there with your elbows on the counter for, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes, letting it soak in the hair. And I don't do that anymore. With these new razors, you just don't need to. They're so darn sharp. They'll...
Let it soak
in the hair.
So it's a cloth. No. Pretty damn fancy. Hey, good morning, Marco, Randy.
Hey, good morning. Hey, Mark, do you use Dapper Dan? Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Bruce. Good morning. You know we were talking about the earlier, right? Probably.
What'd they call that stuff George Clooney put on his hair in, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Yeah, but what'd they call that stuff? They had a name for it.
Good morning.
Hey, Tuesday.
Good morning, everybody. Good day today. K14 or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it was. It would. Hey, that story was of Dapper Dan said, I don't sell Dapper Dan. Paul made, I believe is what they called it.
Good morning, Mark. Hope you're doing well. Well, I appreciate that. Somebody needs to help me out. Good morning, Greg LeRoy. Good morning, Bruce. Everybody was talking bad about me.
Well, what we was wondering is what you meant when you said Bruce was full of pinto beans.
Well, you know. I mean, sometimes the truth will set you free, you know. For all the time, the truth will set you free. The truth is life with no parole, too. I like pinto beans. K4 KP up there.
Hey, Paul.
Good morning, sir. Morning, everybody. It is 30. Hey, excuse me. N4 MTC. This is KI4.
Well, that being full of pinto beans, is that a metaphor? I don't understand. Yeah.
Not that I recall.
Hey, did you take your half-fired Lawson?
Did?
Cool. You have to get Sharon to pick it up.
Yeah.
I don't believe I had DK4AH.
It's in the process.
Yeah, we fixed Ken's app this morning. Yeah, with Greg's help.
You reckon he's going to be able to get it running without?
Oh, yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah. Yeah.
Has he lit that thing off yet?
Oh, but he ordered another timer for it. It's got a, one of those octo plug-in timers, and he ordered another one just like the one in it. It was like 0 to 300 seconds. So that's most likely. That could be, a fan shut-off timer. Hell, I don't know, but he's going to find out. He's going to replace it.
I'd like to find a couple of spares for my amps. I don't have any.
Is there a brand name on them?
Yeah, I'd have to pull it out, Randy. I don't remember what it is now. It's a 120 volt, 3 amp, 3-minute timer in a glass tube, like a vacuum tube.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we talking about two different things. He's talking about one that you actually got a screw on